What is going on, guys? Noah Brewer here, back again with another video, and welcome to my new Q4 Spark series, which is a series that is going to be built to give you all of the newest and freshest strategies to make sure that you make as much money as possible during Q4 with your e-commerce business. Now, a lot of the strategies on my YouTube channel are currently outdated, and I know with Q4 here, I want to make sure that you guys have the best things to do coming up. And I've personally been through 4 full Q4s in my life, so I can give you the best advice on how you can maximize it and make the most money. Now, this is going to be a 10 or 11 video series over the next few weeks. I'm just going to be cranking them out as I can. Right now I am currently sick, so it is painful to film this video, but I want to get this series started. If you do want to see a full breakdown of all the videos and trainings that are coming, it will be in my Discord, which you can view with the link in the description. Now, one of my primary goals with this series is, of course, to just give you a shitload of value, take all the things that I think I should not be giving away for free because it's too valuable, and just give it to you. Literally, these videos are going to be filled with everything that you need, but I'm also doing it to promote my newest mentoring program because I am trying to get some students under my wing this Q4 to help them scale to the moon. I've taken on around 20 students over the past few months, and 9 of them are currently scaling and finding winning products. This is by far the highest success rate out of any program that I've ever done, and I know exactly why this is the case. And the reason I believe it has such a high success rate is because I've taken literally everything that I've learned from working with actually over 1,000 people in this space and making hundreds of people successful, and put them all into this one program that I specifically structured to be not only, upfront mentoring where you're just getting, one-on-one calls with me, but also a support group and ongoing mentorship, not just right now, but also down the road when you start seeing success and you're willing to scale. So this is 100% the best program, best system I've ever put together, and honestly, it's been an amazing experience. And if you are looking to work with me one-on-one in the program, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. My username is @NoahDBrewer. You can also fill out an application. There will be a link in the description of all of these videos that you can go to. Now that the intro is over, I'm going to be banging out these Q4 tips very, very quickly because there's a lot of them here and there's a lot to unpack, so it's going to be overwhelming for you, and maybe you want to watch this video over twice or maybe even 3 times to make sure that you digest the information, because like I said, I've been through a lot of Q4s, I've made a lot of mistakes, and I want to make sure that I put everything in this video. This is going to be just overview advice for what you should be doing during Q4 and how you can maximize it. All the other videos in the series will be more direct strategy trainings. This one is kind of just overall advice for how to take advantage of Q4. Highly recommend watching this before you watch any of the other ones. Q4 is the largest quarter for e-commerce sales. Just last year in 2021, there was $257 billion processed during just 3 months of the year. Now, to me, that's absolutely insane. That's a lot of money flowing through everybody's pockets every single day. And obviously, time traveling, the holidays, gift giving, time off of work, holiday bonuses, like all these things that are happening at once just creates a cesspool of everybody throwing money everywhere, buying gifts for people. They're sitting at home because they have time off of work. There's many reasons why Q4 is easily the biggest quarter of the year for e-commerce. Just know that it is. Even with the recession and prices of everything, pretty much everything, falling, I'm still expecting this year to be equal to, if not bigger, than last year's e-commerce sales during Q4. And I think scaling and maximizing your time during this Q4 is mostly about smart testing and very aggressive scaling. Now, obviously, we're going to be going into more of these concepts in the next videos in this series, but during this video, I want to give you 14 really good tips and tricks that you can take straight to the bank as you're going through this Q4 and trying to navigate as an e-commerce business owner and maximizing your time here. Now, I know this intro has been long enough, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Number one thing we're gonna talk about is trend capitalization. Every single holiday, every single Q4, there is a major shift in the social media world, and there's always going to be new trends coming up like almost every single day, especially as we get closer to the holidays. Thanksgiving related trends, memes, Christmas, all these things are going to be popping up, and you need to be on the front lines of social media to actually see these things. And a lot of these trends are actually going to be applicable towards your product if you're creative enough. You need to be able to identify these trends and then be able to jump on them very quick and tailor them in order to sell your product. And one of the best ways to do this is to go follow a page called Trend Bible on TikTok. It's one of the pages that I've been looking at for a long time now to basically figure out what's really popping out there currently. And I have a feeling that she's going to be having a great time during the holidays when all of the holiday trends are popping up. We saw it last year with all the many different Christmas trends on TikTok, all the different sounds, all the dances, all the memes that were popping up that you could easily just plug your product into and get a lot of free exposure organically, or put them in your ads and get some lower CPMs because you're going to have higher engagement rates. Now, the next one, doubling down on customer service and fulfillment. There's two things that you need to know when it comes to these things. Number one, fulfillment is always the worst during the Q4 time of the year because there's lots of packages flowing, lots of people traveling, lots of delays. The last couple of years have been even worse during these times because of COVID-19. Now that's died down now, but even before COVID-19, Q4 was still the worst time for fulfillment. So I would expect you to have a little bit slower shipping times, even if you're fulfilling out of the US. So just keep that in mind, and this is why you need to figure out this stuff now before all these problems start coming up. The second thing is that customers are the most responsive around the holidays. I wouldn't tie this towards Q4 specifically, but I will tie this towards holidays because usually if people are buying gifts, they're going to be very responsive about shipping times. They're going to be, asking questions about sizing and this and that. And it's not only for themselves, but it's also for somebody that they know. Just understand that you're going to have to definitely figure out your fulfillment like right now before Q4 really gets into the heat of things. And you're also going to have to ramp up your customer support depending on if you have a winner or not. And you might want to set those systems up now. Number three, something I like to call the holiday copycat. There's lots of products that pop up during, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and this is not Q4 specific either. Like you have Valentine's Day, all these different holidays where the same products just pop up year after year after year. And usually there's somebody who's first to it and scales the shit out of it first. But the holiday copycat is a great way to find a winning product because you're basically just going back in time, looking at the types of things that were selling last year and the year before, and just retesting those products. And I am telling you, most of the time they will perform decent, and you may be able to pick off a winning product simply by just doing what you already knew worked last year. Number four, a generic piece of advice that I've given a lot of different people. If you find profitable holiday specific ads such as Christmas ads, BFCM ads, Thanksgiving ads, don't turn them off. Unless you have a brand and you're trying to protect your brand reputation and you don't want random discount codes flying everywhere. But if you're just drop shipping and you launch a Thanksgiving ad and that Thanksgiving ad has like a 5 ROAS, do not turn it off once Thanksgiving is over. Let that bitch run. I know that one story that I had was actually the very first store that I ended up scaling to multi-6 figures. We were running a holiday ad literally until July. Like our ad had a Christmas tree in it. It was a holiday sale, Christmas sale, and we were running that ad in April, July. So you don't need to turn off your ads if they are profitable. I understand if you own a brand and you want to keep things as legit as possible, but if you're just drop shipping, who cares? Let that shit run, let the money keep flowing in, because you may not be able to find an ad that profitable. And one of the reasons I think this is because if somebody sees a Christmas ad in April, you may think that it makes you look bad or whatever, but in reality, I think what goes through the customer's mind is they're thinking like, these idiots left their Christmas sale on, I'm gonna go buy using the Christmas sale, right? So they're actually thinking that you made a mistake and they're trying to take advantage of this discount after the fact when it's not even supposed to be running anymore. Number five, the best niche to be in is the fitness niche, and there's one reason for this. Number one, all niches get a spark during Q4. Like during BFCM, like all products will sell good, so that's not the question. But the thing that a lot of people don't realize is right after Q4, you have Q1. And Q1 is the best quarter for fitness. So if you can find a fitness winning product right now, not only are you gonna get the bonus in sales of Q4, but you're also gonna be dragged right into Q1 when the fitness industry is booming, on fire, because everybody has New Year's resolutions and they're ready to change their lives. So just wanted to throw that out there and make you aware of it. Number six, 90% of the 7-figure and multi-7-figure products that I've personally seen were found now. like either today when I'm uploading this video or in the past couple of months. So right now is 100% the best time to find a winning product to set yourself up to make the most money during quarter four. Now, I know that if you're watching this and you don't have a winning product, that kind of sucks because you don't have one yet. Just use it as motivation to start testing very smart and building those skills so that you can find a winner as soon as possible and take advantage of all the holiday sales that are coming up. Number 7, this is something that a lot of people won't tell you unless they've actually been through a quarter four and seen this shit firsthand. Do not use shipping times as a selling point. Shit will go wrong. And the reason I say this is because every single quarter four, there's always some, unheard of shipping, delay, cargo ship gets stuck in the seas. Like, there's always some bullshit that happens. And the reason is just because there's so many packages flying everywhere. It's super unpredictable. So it's okay if you have great shipping times. I just wouldn't use it as one of your main selling points because usually shit be going wrong around this time of year. Number 8, this is the biggest one and probably one of the most valuable ones here. If you are scaling profitably or even just breaking even during BFCM or any of these big holiday sales, you will 100% regret not spending more money. Take the leap, create that campaign, take that risk, launch that high budget CBO, spend a bunch of money on retargeting, do lookalikes, test all those things that you wanted to test. 99% of the time, worst case scenario, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to break even and maybe like lose a little bit of your profit margin just in case a couple things don't work out. And especially follow this advice if you are a brand owner, because even if you're just breaking even, the amount of exposure that you can buy up during this time of just running ads and getting your brand name out there is insane, because the ratio of people that are buying your products is going to be the highest than it's ever been. So you can get a lot of impressions during this time for very, very cheap, just because you have a high conversion rate. One of my biggest Black Friday, Cyber Monday regrets was with this brand that I was running ads for. We spent $5,000 in a single day and we did $170,000 in revenue. And why would I regret doing $170K in a single day with this brand? Well, the reason is because we only spent $5,000. We could have spent probably $50,000 that day if we really tried and we really wanted to, and probably done over $1 million in revenue that day. Now, while the ROAS may not have been as high at that scale, that's a lot of revenue and that's a lot of exposure that you are getting for very, very cheap, just because you're gonna have the highest conversion rate during this time. So the reason we didn't do this is because we had restrictions from the brand owner and other people. They were scared to spend so much money. What if they couldn't fulfill on it? There was a lot of things going on, and all that I can say is that, even if you're a drop shipper or a brand owner, this is your time to push. If there's anybody around you that's scared, now's your time to kick into gear, do whatever you can to make them realize that this is their one chance during the year to scale as hard as they ever had before and get literally millions and millions and millions of people to view their brand. And sorry guys, just going through these, my throat is really hurting, so if I make weird faces or whatever, that's why. Number 9, milk retargeting like a motherfucker. You should be hitting everybody in your last 30 days audience at least 3 to 7 times during BFCM. BFCM is a 4-day window. So you want to set your frequencies to like 2 to 3 times per day and just run that shit up. Just make sure that everybody's seeing your ads all day during that time frame, and obviously give them the BFCM discounts, give them all these things, just so that you know that you're making the most out of your current audience, not only with new people, but also with the people that have already followed your brand. Another reason to do this is ad space is highly competitive and pretty expensive during the BFCM weekend. So retargeting is usually the cheapest and highest converting audience that you can target. So while it's the time to basically have really high CPMs and all these things are way more expensive, it just makes more sense to just go hard as shit on retargeting as much as it does with cold traffic. Number 10, take as much information and experience as you can from those around you, other YouTubers. You don't only have to listen to me here. There's a lot of people that have been through quarter four in the past, and they have unique ways of maximizing it. Take this time right now, while it's like early October, mid-October, to go out and learn different things about quarter four and things that you can actually do to maximize it to make the most money. And I don't want to sit here and say that I have all the answers, because I simply don't, and every single year I learn something new, which is actually how I built this giant list of advice, because each year I keep adding to it with shit that I fucked up on the last year, and I'm sure there's shit that I'm gonna fuck up on this year. I'm doing the same thing, right? I'm looking at what other people are doing, I'm trying to learn as much as I can, and I think you should have the same opportunity to do that as well. You only get one BFCM per year, so don't fuck it up and do everything that you can to learn everything that's out there, learn from the experiences of people. Number 11, Q4 is the best time to find new winning creatives. The reason I say this is because the ratio of people that see your ad versus the people that buy are naturally turned way up by default. So this is the best time to test new creatives, because your conversion rates are naturally going to be higher. And if there are creatives out there that will crush it, or new creatives that will crush it, now is your time to test them and give them their chance. If your goal is to get people to buy your products, then it makes sense to test a bunch of new creatives when people are buying products. Number 12, and I give this advice most humbly, and basically just to make sure that you can make the most money. If you're not fully confident in maximizing your current winning product during Q4, get somebody that is, get a mentor, get somebody to help you out. I have my mentoring program. You can always send me DMs with questions, or come work with me. I work with people in many different ways. Find somebody who actually is comfortable actually maximizing Q4, because where you could make $100,000 in a weekend, someone like me who has a bit more experience could probably make $500,000, or maybe even $1 million. I mean, you literally just heard what I did for that brand last year and the year before. Imagine what I could do with your brand, knowing what I know now after making those mistakes the year prior. So if you're not confident in your ability to maximize it, get someone who is. Number 13, pre-order ad creatives, especially custom content, at least 30 days ahead of time. Have absolutely everything that you need to be ready for BFCM at least 5 to 10 days before Thursday, right? Not before Friday, before Thursday. Have everything ready that you might need. Think of all the different scenarios out there that could possibly happen. What if your ads don't work? What if you have to swap out a piece of text or swap out some music? You need to think of these things ahead of time and have these ads ready to be launched and tested during the time frame. You need to be prepared for these things, and keep in mind that all the UGC creators, everybody's going to be busy, because all the brands are going to be trying to get content during this time. So it's a lot easier to just be prepared ahead of time. And the last thing that you want is, 3 days before BFCM, you still have no ads and you're trying to scramble to try to get all these creators together. Just don't do that. Have your ads ready at least 5 to 10 days before BFCM. I would recommend 30 days before BFCM, if I'm being completely honest. And number 14, my best advice to you to make the most money this Q4 is to continue watching the Q4 Spark series. Now, if this video wasn't valuable enough for you, then you have a lot coming in the next videos. I'm going to be giving away literally everything when it comes to my strategies, and making sure that you have all of the most up-to-date information so that you can make the most money possible during this Q4. Like I said, if you want to see a breakdown of all the videos that are coming so you can prepare yourself, join the Discord. The link is in the description. You can go in there, go to the resources section, and there's a big list. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. This is Noah Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.